Hello, my name is Michael Phillips and welcome to my presentation on my personal and professional time during my studies at Cardiff Met. This covers my personal life and the Sports Broadcasting Masters, which I thoroughly enjoyed starting in September of 2025. It has opened a variety of new opportunities and experiences for me which I want to show. Starting the Sports Broadcasting Masters back in September was very welcoming and I got to meet lots of new people on my course and on the campus. Doing this will become a major asset to me for later in my studies with opportunities and projects that I'll be facing later in the semester. I also got to be hands-on with the camera, which I enjoyed. The first Bucks Wednesday was a great experience as I got to work a part of the camera operations crew, working on camera 3. This helped test out my skills to follow the sport of rugby through the lens. I got to try out a range of shots with most being used during the live broadcast. Early in the October of 2025, I took a trip to Antalya with my family as I already pre-planned this before the course. However, I tactically still brought my university work and laptop with me to keep up to date with the latest sporting news in Cardiff Met and to meet deadlines and look at workshops that were taking place. When I got back from Turkey, I then had to prepare and create a radio show. This gave me the opportunity to use the podcast radio room, which has a multi-camera and audio setup which has been collated into one location to be broadcasted and live streamed out on Cardiff Met Sport TV YouTube page. In the November of 2025, I took a trip up north to Blackpool to watch my first ever away match between Blackpool and Cardiff City. It was a fun experience. I got to understand how the away fans are filtered. I'm a big fan of Cardiff and I plan to watch more games like this. As a sports broadcasting team, we planned a pub golf session to get to know each other better. It has brought people's skills and competition out, which I found intriguing as I got to learn more about others and myself throughout this experience, as we were put into teams and given challenges at each pub location. For my Port 1 assignment in audio and digital broadcasting, I interviewed my good friend Zach, who is an amateur karter and rugby youth player for Bedwas RFC, about his experiences and how his mental health has been affected in both a positive and negative way. Before breaking up for the winter break, I got to be the role of producer for the women's football between Cardiff Met versus Exeter game. I really enjoyed and loved being this role as I got to manage a group of people in an important part of the broadcast. I did find it difficult and I have a lot to take away from this. In the winter break, I went to Chamonix for some skiing and family time and got to go view Mont Blanc. We went up via the Agua de Midi, which sits at 3,842 meters above sea level, so I made sure I got plenty of content and posted it out on social media for everyone to see. Before starting the second semester of the course, I got to be a camera operator on the wheelchair basketball at Cardiff Met in the Archers Arena. I enjoyed this as I got to practice my skills in camera operating again, and it was a nice way to get back into my university work and getting back into the student lifestyle. Wales versus England colleges played each other as they do on a yearly basis, which gave me the opportunity to co-commentate on this game. I found this interesting because it was not a typical Bucks match, and the information on players was spread, which meant I had to research more thoroughly. It ended up with penalties, and England colleges took the win at Kincoid. A part of my course I really enjoyed and have reflected about was the Welsh gymnastics event known as the Welsh Artistic Championships 2026. In this event, Cardiff Met was asked to broadcast this live on the Welsh Gymnastics YouTube page. I got to try out replays on the first day of 4, which was a great experience overall. I was also given the opportunity to work on camera operating in the Welsh gymnastics arena for the event coverage. I was working on the rings, the beam, and the wide gantry cameras over the weekend, helping me gain valuable experience in this field of industry and help improve my teamwork skills. I went to the Wales vs Scotland Rugby Six Nations game with my family and friends, which I enjoyed as it was a close match. I'm a proud Welshie, and so I support Wales in all sports, and I am keen to watch as many games as I can gain valuable experience and knowledge for future jobs. Afterwards, I got to work on socials content as socials lead, managing a small team with me for Cardiff Met. I had to come up with a few ideas following trends, and I also interviewed people from men's football and men's tennis, getting a great insight into each sport and sharing it on the Cardiff Met Sport TV platform. The week from after socials, I got the opportunity to say yes to something that would put me out of my comforts completely. Presenting. I enjoyed this role for what it was worth, as it was a hard grafted job and it requires attention to detail and research skills. I played the part very well, especially signing off the stream with Stay Classy, which is now remembered by the team. I decided at the start of the 2026 year I wanted to do something for charity. So my best mate and I have started a fundraiser for the charity Campaign Against Living Miserably. This charity focuses on helping people and their mental health, and we have managed to raise over £600 for a charity skydive happening on the 30th of May 2026. As a job outside the sports broadcasting masters at Cardiff Met, I also work for the Royal Mail as a postie, helping do something for my community, which I also mark as 1 year working for this company. I have found it insightful and kept me consistent with the job teaching me the world of work. To wrap up, here is my latest work on the sports broadcasting course, which is another producing role for Varsity, which was streamed at both Bath and in Cardiff Met TV studio that has just been developed. We had live view feed, which was meant that we could use content being made within the hour for a sports broadcast build up. Thank you for listening.